Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Don't know what to do with my hands here, so I'll put them out of screen. Got another quick video here for you. Just wanted to talk about these Milwaukee ratchets that I've had for several years, and I've used them on several projects, several cars. Just kind of wanted to give you my take on these, what I like about them, which one I would buy if I was starting out. I've actually been using these for several years. This is the very first version that I purchased. This is the M12 2457-20. The second part of that part number, the -20, just means bare tool, which is how I purchased it. I purchased it without a battery because I already had a couple M12 batteries from some other tools that I had, and I picked this up for $66 on Amazon back in June of 2019. This is the non-fuel version, by the way. This one looks newer because this one has been replaced recently, and I'll explain. This is 126 right now. I just looked it up today on Amazon, and that's what you can pick this up for. Again, this is the non-fuel version. There's no fuel. You can see the fuel even though it's kind of brushed off on these other two. I didn't even know that there was fuel when I bought this. That's how ignorant I was. I just thought, hey, that's a pretty cheap and inexpensive ratchet. I'll give it a try. And I really liked it. I used it a lot. Now this does spin at 250 RPMs, and this is good for up to 35 foot-pounds. Variable speed trigger. It's got a nice little light here and a little charge indicator here on the side. If you press on that, these little 3 dots, we've got still some battery in here. And this is a great tool. I use this all the time. It's really lightweight, and I like the way it feels, and it fits into most spaces without any issues. I did end up breaking this. You know, something internally, of course, broke. I think I was taking spark plugs out and just pushed it a little bit too hard. You can manually use the tool. Once you engage the trigger, you can hold the trigger down and turn it like a regular ratchet. And I didn't think I was pushing that hard, but it did break. And I reached out to Amazon, and they said to contact the manufacturer, which was Milwaukee. So I called Milwaukee, sent them everything, and they said that there's no warranty on tools that are bought on Amazon. They explained that Amazon is not an authorized dealer of Milwaukee tools. Unfortunately, I was pretty bummed out to hear that. I ended up calling back another time after sending it in, and I got their repair estimate, which I think was $79, even more than I paid for the tool. So I was just going to be done with this and move on to the fuel versions, which I had learned more about since then. But they ended up replacing it anyway as an act of goodwill. They said a one-time act of goodwill. They were very nice about it, and they ended up just replacing it. So Home Depot is an authorized distributor. HomeDepot.com right now, this tool only is $189, just the tool, but they've got it cheaper if you buy it with a battery or a battery and a charger in a bag. Or I think it's $148 right now, just this tool with a battery, or $199 with a battery, charger, and a bag. So of course it really doesn't make sense to buy just the tool only on HomeDepot.com, but if you buy it with one of those package deals or a package kit, it's cheaper, at least right now. And of course they do have sales. Now the second ratchet that I ended up buying was actually this one here, this extended reach. This is the 2560-20. This is the fuel version. I bought this because of the extended reach. At the time I bought this, I was just starting to learn about fuel versus non-fuel, and this one was fuel, and so it was brushless. I know it was going to have more power, but I didn't realize how much bigger this was than the M12 non-fuel that I had, the standard one here. This one's a lot smaller, a lot more compact. This thing, besides just the added reach, it is just such a bigger head. I know that they make a newer one now that's a smaller profile, and it's the high speed, which I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is not the high speed. This is the older version. I bought this in 2019, November of 2019. I paid $229 for this. Just as far as the batteries go, a lot of times I have this set up, as you saw with the XC 3.0. It's a lot of power, a lot of torque, but it's heavy. I'm telling you, that added reach is nice, but when you put that bigger battery on there, this is a big tool. This has 55 foot-pounds of max torque. You know, doing timing covers or water pump stuff like that, where you really need to reach down in an engine, it's nice to have this longer shaft here. This has got a nice bright light down here. This has the same right here, so you can know if your battery's charged. The smaller battery packs here, you put that in, it's a little bit lighter, but it's still a lot of weight out here, and that's where it wears you out. I do also like that you can press the trigger, and even if the fastener doesn't break loose, you can press the trigger and hold it and break the fastener loose. So I still do use this a lot. This is $205 right now, bare tool on Amazon, and it's $269 for the bare tool on HomeDepot.com, where you would have a warranty. All right, well that brings us to the last one here, which is the one in the middle. And this is the last one that I purchased, and I'll tell you right now, this is my favorite. This is the one that I would recommend you get if you don't have any of these, you're just getting started out. and I'll tell you why. So this is the 256720. Again, it's the fuel version, the brushless version, but this is the high speed ratchet. This is 450 RPMs versus the 250 that this one is. I think this is also 250, but this at 450, let me tell you, this spins stuff off so much faster. It really does make a difference. I didn't think it would be that important to me, but I mean, it's a nut runner. It's gonna run stuff down and off so much quicker than this guy here. And it just feels more torquey. It's got that motor. I mean, you can feel this twisting a little bit in your hand when you operate it. This one, not so much, even though they say that the rating are both 35 foot-pounds. This one just feels stronger. You feel a little bit of torque. You know, you do on this one as well. This definitely feels very torquey, and that's a part of that, though, is that weight that's so far out there. This one, you just don't really feel it. You notice also the anvil on this one kind of slows to a stop. This one stops instantly. But this one here is my favorite. This is the one that I reach for most of the time. The size, the weight, it's so much easier to handle than this guy here. The smaller profile of this head is another bonus over this one here. By the way, they all have this switch on them to lock so that you can't pull the trigger. If you throw this in a tool bag, it's not going to drain the battery out. So down is locked, up is unlocked. I still like all of them, and I will still use this and this depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes it's nice to have two with different, different sockets, different sizes on each one. But this is by far my favorite. And if you were just starting out, this is the one that I would buy. This is the one I would spend your money on. At the time I purchased this, it was actually, I was buying it to replace this because I didn't realize that I was going to get a replacement from Milwaukee. I didn't know they were going to be so nice. I thought I was just going to be stuck without the tool, and maybe I would fix it later, but I really just needed something. And that's when I kind of did a little bit of research, learned about this newer high-speed version, and I'm glad I bought it. But I did buy this one at homedepot.com. I got this for $184.99, and it came with one battery, a charger, and a bag. So I've got lots of M12 chargers now, more than I need, but you can never have too many batteries. So just the fact that it came with an extra battery was a good enough deal for me. I think at the time they had the bare tool on Amazon. It was about $145, but for me to spend a little bit more, get another battery, a charger, and a bag, and the warranty, for me that was made sense to buy it on homedepot.com, so that's where I picked it up. Right now, this is on homedepot.com. It's $199 for the bare tool, or $279, but it comes with two batteries, charger, and a bag. Or on Amazon.com, just the bare tool is $122. Again, no warranty, but it's $207 with a battery, charger, and a bag. I'm happy with how I bought it at Home Depot, but if I really just needed this, I already had batteries and everything, I'd be tempted still to buy this for $122 on Amazon, even though there's no warranty. Now, of course, there's so many other versions of these. Again, the extended reach, that's probably the next one on my list, only because I like the extra reach of this, but don't really love the weight. And the speed of this design is so worth it. So if they put the high speed and the extended reach, which they did, it's the 256920. Right now it's $249 on homedepot.com or $245 on Amazon, and I'll probably wait a little bit before I pick that up. There's also all of the different drives. There's 1/4-inch versions of these, and even the big 1/2-inch drive version of these ratchets as well. But for right now, these three are serving me very well. I'm happy that I have all of them. I've spent some good money on them, and they definitely get a lot of use, so I'm happy that I own them. I love these ratchets overall. I mean, the cordless ratchets, especially if you put a bigger battery on here, the 3 amp hour battery, these are going to last you all day. It also, depending on how you set your tools, it allows you to stand that ratchet up on end. Most of the time I will use this with the smaller batteries just for the clearance, ease of use, just it's lighter. And I'm usually here in the shop now, and so I've got a way to charge these batteries, or sometimes I'll just bring some spares if I'm out on the road. I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. I'll get a link in the description to each of these tools, the bare tools, along with some of the kits as well. If you do want to buy them on Amazon, just remember that you won't have that warranty from Milwaukee. I believe the warranty is 5 years on each of these, but again, Amazon does have, a lot of times the seller will have a warranty or a return policy. I still love Amazon. I still buy a lot of stuff there. So that's not going to stop me from buying any Milwaukee tool on Amazon in the future, but just thought that you should know in case you do buy it from one of my links or anything like that on Amazon. Just know that that will not come with the Milwaukee factory warranty. Now, this is not a sponsored video or anything like that, but I did want to say thank you to Milwaukee for sending me this replacement as an act of goodwill. I thought that that was very nice, very generous. Just wanted to publicly say thanks to Milwaukee on this video for doing that, even though I know and understand that it did not have a warranty, and just making sure that the rest of you all are aware of that as well. I'd still encourage you to shop around. Again, you can find these on sale at some of the authorized distributors, but Amazon may still be the best price, and it might be worth it to you if you're not too worried about that warranty. These are tough tools. I think this one might have just been a fluke that it broke, or I might have just been a little too hard on it. Either way, I haven't had any problems with any of the others, and it's something that I plan on continuing to use. So thanks so much for watching, and good luck.